to survive. You're better off without it. Therefore, you're paying for unnecessary bloodshed and violence. Why? Why are you doing it? It's because you have been lied to. The truth has been hidden from you, and you have been lied to believe that you need to eat animal products, and I'm here to enlighten you. It is not true. Watch the documentary Dominion, free on YouTube or at watchdominion.com. See the mountains of peer-reviewed scientific evidence showing we do not need animal products to survive, and we are better off without them. Therefore, when you pay for animal products, you are paying for unnecessary violence and bloodshed and brutal animal cruelty that is beyond what you could imagine, that you would never be able to watch it happen in front of your own eyes. You would never be able to watch it happen. So why are you paying for it? People are more offended by somebody standing up and speaking up for a victim than they are by what is literally happening to that victim. What is this world? Honestly, how are we more offended just because someone is speaking through a megaphone than we are by literal bloodshed and violence? I just don't understand. What's going on in this world? These animals want to live, and I'm speaking up for them, and you're more offended by that than you are by what happens to the animals. What is going on with that? Seriously. If it was happening right here in front of your eyes, you wouldn't look at it, and yet you don't want to see a protester who's just literally talking?
Oh my God.
Please think about this for like 5 minutes.
Can you do some chants? No, sorry.
It's not food!
It's violence!
It's not food!
It's violence!
They betray them in the worst possible way. They raise them from chicks, and then they betray them around 3 months or 6 months. They betray these animals. They feed them until their execution date. They fatten them. How would you feel? Free range and stress-free environments. That they are killed humanely. There's no such thing as humane slaughter. They died violently and painfully. They cried out. They were confused. That's the emotion that animals feel the most. When a human monster grabs them, a human predator to kill them, they're really confused by the betrayal. We've seen the footage. See it for yourself. Who cares what other people are doing if millions of people are eating turkeys on Thanksgiving? You don't have to. Make a choice for yourself. Think for yourself. Go beyond the conditioning.
Why don't you come have a chat? Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. You were coming up to us. Why don't you have a conversation? Why don't you have a conversation since you came up to us?
And we get ridiculed. Why should we be out here? We're just being ridiculed. We're here for the animals.
What if you eat your dog? Why do you eat other animals?
Kindness and empathy. Kindness and empathy. Kindness and empathy. We're just speaking the truth.
It's unnecessary violence and bloodshed and cruelty. No matter if they slap a humane or a free-range label on it, it's just marketing lies. Don't be fooled by the propaganda. We don't need these animal products. It's unnecessary violence. Going vegan simply means that you're against unnecessary cruelty towards animals. That's all it is. You already agree with veganism in your heart. You're just not acting like it with your actions. You probably already agree that if I was here kicking a dog, you would stop me. So what's the difference? Humane slaughter is a lie!
Animals do not want to die!
Humane slaughter is a lie!
Animals do not want to die!
Those turkeys wanted to live. And you don't need to pay for them to suffer and die.
If it's really a choice, let's choose kindness, okay? You can make better choices in the future. You don't have to have a murdered animal on your plate while you're having a peaceful dinner with your family, friend.
I hope one day that we live in a world where people are more offended offended by violence than they are by someone speaking up against it. I'm going to say that again. I hope one day that we live in a world where people are more offended by literal violence and bloodshed than they are by someone speaking up against it. I really, really want to make that point land because
Here
it's
we
just
go.
baffling.
We got a hero coming over to eat his murdered animals in
You're
front of
welcome
us.
to come over here. We'll have a conversation with you. It's not like we're going to beat you up or something.
Not like we care.
We're here for nonviolence, so you're welcome to come over here and have a conversation.
Yeah, come on over. Let's have a conversation.
Tell us all the reasons why you think your behavior is okay. We'd love to hear them.
What's up?
Yeah, maybe you want to educate yourself about the process that you're defending.
I mean, that's not the process that goes about here.
It is the process. It is the process. It's documented.
Yeah, I know. Nothing wants to die.
It actually is the process.
Turkeys are hung upside down and dragged through an electrified stunning tank of water, which immobilizes them but doesn't kill them. According to workers, many birds dodge the tank and end up completely conscious when their throats are slit. And if the knife or blade fails to properly cut the bird's throat, when they move along to the scalding tank, which is a boiling tank of water designed to loosen their feathers, well, they're scalded alive. And when that happens, their skin often turns bright red, so workers will just throw them in the trash, because no one wants a red turkey. And turkeys raised and killed for their flesh every year in the United States, like chickens, have no federal legal protection for the way they're slaughtered. So literally anything terrible these turkeys go through during the slaughtering process, basically it's all fair game, and nobody's held accountable, and nothing changes.
Because of the inhumane treatment about how these turkeys are boiled alive. It is the process. It actually is. But even if
I can do a little more
even if it were nicely slitting the throat, I mean, if I nicely slit your throat, does that make it okay? At the end result is the same, right?
You asked me nicely. I guess you can.
I'm sorry?
You asked me nicely. You can do it.
Is that funny or something? I'm sorry, that joke.
Did he just say if you ask nice, you can slit my throat?
Yeah, I think you're trying to be funny. Are you uncomfortable? Is that why you're making bad jokes?
Huh?
Are you uncomfortable? Is that why you're making bad jokes? No. Do you want to have an intelligent conversation or no?
Not really. I was watching.
All right, have a nice day.
You too. Have a great one.
Would you take one though from me?
No, I'm okay. I don't like the litter.
You literally.
I'm not gonna. Me personally, I'm not gonna use it, so I don't want to take it from you.
Okay, all right, I respect that. But at least Dominions, watch Dominions.
Dominion, it's free on YouTube.
What time? Okay,
Watch the documentary Dominion free on YouTube.
Dominions on YouTube, yeah.
you guys have a blessed day.
Open minds, all right? All right.
Yeah, make sure to bless the animals by not paying for them to have unnecessary violence inflicted upon them.
Animals are not food. Animals are friends. They are here with us, not for us. They are not here for you to consume and teach your children how to be incompassionate and cruel. If you were an animal, if you were a dog,
Watch the documentary Dominion on YouTube.
dead animals. You're teaching them how to be incompassionate. You're teaching them apathy. I'm rude because I'm defending the animals. I'm a rude person for defending the animals. Yes, then I'll be rude.
You're rude for not telling your
I'm not
kids
judging
what's
you.
actually
We did it.
happening.
We all did it too. We're not mad at
deserve to
you.
know.
We understand that you don't know any better. But when you do know better, you have a moral obligation to make better choices. 47 billion turkeys a year are killed for a 5-minute meal. You can make better choices. What if it were your dog or cat? Would you feel compassion then?
Killing someone is more damaging than hurting feelings.
And you wouldn't kill a
I got that on video. I'm so happy.
I shouldn't have to explain this, but hurting someone's feelings by telling them the truth is not as damaging as literally slicing open someone's throat and
Thank
killing them for no
you.
reason.
Thank you.
I understand that the truth is uncomfortable, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't say
Make sure you tag me.
the ignorance is causing so much suffering. It's about the animals. It's not about us not liking you. It's not anything to do with you. It's about the animals.
Amen, sister.
If this was happening to a human being or a kid or a dog or a cat and we were telling the truth and we were asking people not to pay for it, you wouldn't have a problem with it. So why do you have a problem with it just because it happens to be a turkey instead of another living being?
Exactly.
Either way, it's unnecessary violence. We're telling the truth because we have enough respect for you. It has nothing to do with us trying to be mean or rude or anything like that. Don't you think it's a little more mean and rude to literally kill someone? I don't know. If I were to just compare literally killing someone to telling someone, hey, don't kill someone, I'm not a rocket scientist, but I think it's probably
Who's
worse
the
to
point
kill
of contact?
someone.
Where's Sue?
I don't know, though.
I am
Sue,
Suzanne.
hi. Yeah. So we got a little bit of a complaint. Somebody said that.
None of us were born vegan. This is not about us judging you. This is not about us saying that we're better. It's literally just about us saying the truth. Because we wish someone would have told us much sooner. It has nothing to do, it's not personal. It has nothing to do with us not liking you or us judging you or us trying to act like we're better. We're not better, but we found out the truth and we made better choices. That's what this is all about. It's very simple. Once you find out that we don't eat animal products to survive, you've been lied to your whole life, and then you find out the violence and the reality of what happens by watching documentaries like Earthlings or Dominion, the choice becomes so clear. It's a moral obligation to not continue to pay for the unnecessary violence. You can get the same flavors and textures with plant-based foods. The flavor is all about the plant seasonings anyway, so there's no reason to violently and brutally kill someone for a 5-minute meal that you forget about as soon as you've eaten it.
I don't want to leave this video without making this extremely important point. Just like the lady in the video, us protesters hear a lot of, you're not going to get anyone to go vegan doing that style of activism. But if you look at that situation objectively, essentially the non-vegan is blaming their own choice to pay for violence against animals on a vegan not being a perfect enough activist to inspire them. They're literally blaming their own personal actions on somebody else. The truth is that when presented with information about animal rights, even if that presentation isn't the most perfect Earthling Ed type of way, the person coming across its decision to go vegan or not is completely dependent on them, not us. It's dependent on their level of compassion and the content of their character. Just wanted to clear that up real quick. I also wanted to ask vegans and only vegans, what is your opinion on my style of activism, specifically my style of outreach? I'm always open to improvement. Because sometimes I feel like I'm being an asshole when I talk to people, but then I watch the slaughter footage and I feel like, oh, okay, I'm not being an asshole, I'm actually doing the right thing here. But at the same time, I feel like I can definitely be better about controlling my face expressions and my tones. So leave your opinion down below. Another thing I would like your opinion on is, do you think that that guy who was saying he would be happy to have us slit his throat was trolling? Or do you think he's someone who's troubled and might need help? Because I honestly can't tell. I feel like he's trolling. I think it's an automatic assumption for us vegans that people are trolling, but looking back, I probably would have tried to ask him if he was okay, and I wish I did that. But what is your opinion? Finally, if you like my content and you would like to help it get out to a bigger audience for the animals, the best thing you can do besides liking and commenting on every video is to please watch the whole video the entire way through. Because if you just click on it and stay for a few seconds, that's really bad for the retention rate. I appreciate it. I hope you have a really good Thanksgiving. Bye!